Right, so today I have Nature's Own 100% whole wheat with honey, made with real honey, bread, right? So they promise a lot with this bread right off the bat, right? They promise never any artificial preservatives, colors, or flavors, and no high fructose corn syrup, which is pretty good, right? I've been a consumer of Wonder Bread for many years. I don't eat that much bread, maybe one sandwich every now and then, but my diet's pretty much just milk and meat and other dairy, right? So I have a sandwich for lunch like every other day. So I'm not like munching on bread all the time, but this bread was pretty interesting, so I am going to review it. Right, so they do make that promise, right? No preservatives, all that shit. You can check that out there. 11 grams of whole grain per slice, heart healthy, right? Typical bread advertising type shit. I'll put that down. So ingredients: whole wheat flour, water, wheat gluten, yeast, and then 2% or less of brown sugar, honey. So they do have honey in there, just barely any. Soybean oil. It has soy. Okay. Salt, cultured wheat flour, vinegar, monoglycerides, monocalcium phosphate, and some fucking shit I can't pronounce. Right, so what did it say? No artificial. Look, if I can't pronounce it, it's probably artificial. So they do have artificial shit in here. So the back, right, this whole paragraph. Let's see. Goodness is in our nature. At Nature's Own, we pride ourselves on doing things the way we believe they ought to be done, which is why we promise, it's in all caps, that our breads are never made with any artificial preservatives, colors, flavors, and no high fructose corn syrup. After all, we live by our pledge! If we wouldn't serve it to our family, we would never serve it to yours. To demand any less wouldn't be in our nature! And then for questions, comments, and concerns, they have Twitter. I'm not going to shill them. Let's see, this has some stupid like Neolithic certified like stamp right here. Okay, so let's open it up and take a look at this bread. Gotta get this bread, as the kids would say. Alright. So it smells like that fucking disgusting, like fucking whole grain shit that you'd expect. And that's what it is. So here's a slice, right? Pretty spongy texture, not overly seedy like that Dave's bread stuff, right? That basically bird food, Dave's bread. So it's nice and spongy. It's got a good crusting on there, right? If you wanted to take your crust off, it feels like it could be easily peeled off. Even this bottom part, right? But I'm not a pussy, so I leave the crust on. So I got this 2 days ago and it expires on August 9th. So if you get this, you're gonna have like 10 days to eat it, right? And there's 20 servings of, so if you eat one sandwich a day, that'll last you actually, right? 10 servings per container and 2 slices in each serving. So calories, right? Calories are important. I picked this bread up because the Wonder Bread I have for 2 slices, it's like 140 calories. And I thought that was already pretty low because you look at most of the other breads, like the good butter bread I like to eat, and it's like 100 a slice, right? That's pretty bad. This one is 100 for 2 slices, so it's pretty good on the calorie side. 6 grams of protein, right? Always like your protein. But you know, like the USDA says, you know, food pyramid, you need to get like your fucking 57 servings of grain a day. Or whatever absurdly high number it is. Yeah, okay. Let's dig in. Right, so here's the piece of bread. bread, make sure you don't lose your tie. You know, it comes with a pretty normal tie here. Standard stuff, standard equipment that comes with most bread. All bread should come with a tie, of course. Alright, so I just ate 50 calories of bread. I would eat a full serving, but I don't want to. So I guess I wouldn't eat a full serving. So yeah, what do I think about this bread? Well, it tries to be like whole wheat, but it tries to be on the more like good tasting side too, I guess. It was alright. It was very like sandy. Sorry. It was very sandy, it was grainy feeling. It was kind of, it's dry, right? So if you eat a Wonder Bread, you don't need to drink anything throughout that. But during this bread, like, it would have been a lot more helpful to maybe get a cup of water too, because it was pretty dry, right? It was drying my mouth up. I like to keep my mouth moist. Hydration is important. I mean, I put this on my sandwich this morning, or for lunch. You know, I make them in the morning, but I eat them at lunch, and it was sitting in the car all day. So I had that lukewarm sandwich, or like car warm sandwich, maybe like 80, 90 degree sandwich. And it really stands out. I like the Wonder Bread because it complements what you already have. But this bread kind of just like takes it away, right? Not in a good way. So if you're eating like your fucking chicken and cheese and mayonnaise sandwich, the flavor, like this is what you're gonna taste. And I don't like it. I like bread just because it holds the meat together, right? If I could just eat, if it was socially acceptable just to eat like 12 slices of chicken with mayonnaise on it, right? That's what I'd eat. But I just like the bread because like it's like a fucking sandwich meat holder. Yeah, grainy, right? It didn't taste too good. It tasted real bland. It does take the stage though if you're eating other stuff. I don't get any honey flavor, right? They could put like made with 100% honey or not put honey on it at all, right? It could be like advertised as normal bread and I would never eat it and think like, wow, they put honey in this, because it doesn't taste like they do. Pretty whatever bread, right? I'll give it a solid 3 out of 10. Let's give it that, 3 out of 10. So if you need low calories, get this bread, but you're going to be getting that 3 out of 10 taste from this bread.